Alright, so now we are moving to box number 3. Now, this is a 9-point category. So there's 3 different levels of points you can get. You can get 0 points. That would be bad. Alright, you can get 6 points. And again, our focus is on the 9-point scale. So what is this box? This box is understanding and analyzing the perspectives of different researchers making different arguments as part of building the argument you are going to make in the paper. All right, so let's talk about the high bar first, because again, that's where our focus is. That's what we're trying to get. Now, just like in the argument that you made in your presentations, the ideas are not your own, right? We're building on the ideas of researchers. You want to have a topic that is complex enough that different researchers or different experts have a variety of different views. And you are putting those viewpoints into conversation with one another. This researcher thinks that we should do this to Obamacare to maintain it and make it better for all. Whereas this researcher disagrees and says we should do this instead, and this is why. Or this researcher agrees with this first researcher in this one way and builds upon that idea. So you're having you're showing the different researchers and you're putting them into a conversation with one another. Now, we've talked about this before. Where do conversations happen in a paper? Somebody. Go ahead. They happen in the context of what? An individual paragraph. All right. We talked about this with the group paper, with the research report. All right. Think of a paragraph as being a room. For 2 researchers that have a conversation, they need to be in the same room. Okay? So, paragraphs should have multiple perspectives. And again, a conversation can be this person agrees with this person, or it can be this person disagrees with this person, and this is why they disagree with this viewpoint. Go ahead.
How many different viewpoints would you say is like a good place to go?
All right, so we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but 15 to 20 in a 2,000-word paper is not inappropriate. Okay, there's no specific answer to that question. All right, the paper is going to be 2,000 words. You need enough different viewpoints to show a variety of different thoughts on what the answer to your research question is, or what the right position to take involving your research question is. So, to get high bar, the response evaluates multiple perspectives and synthesizes them. One of the problems that we had with the research reports is there wasn't enough variety of perspectives. Lots of people had lenses, and everybody was trying, and papers were saying, and look at all these researchers, they all agree with each other, and that's not showing enough complexity. Okay, if you have a project where everybody agrees that this is the solution, you don't have a complex enough problem. So you need to be able to show differing perspectives, where there's agreement, where there's disagreement, and then why is there disagreement? Okay? So the response evaluates. And evaluates is the key term here, and I need you guys to listen to this and get this idea. This perspective and this perspective do not agree. So now what do you have to do? If this says to evaluate, this perspective says this perspective says this, it's different. So what do you have to do? Go ahead.
Weigh the pros and cons of both. Compare them.
But what sort of paper is this?
Argument.
It's an argument. So you have to argue, I think this is the stronger argument, and Explain why. So now your voice is getting involved because you are arguing. You're showing that you put different perspectives, you've looked at different perspectives. You've shown the strengths and weaknesses of different perspectives and the disagreements or agreements you're having. And now you are saying this is the right perspective and this is why. All right, and this is going to be built as far as part of your ultimate solution in the paper. So it evaluates multiple perspectives by drawing relevant connections between them, considering objections, implications, and limitations. All right, what is the limitations of this person's argument? You need to be shown it. Does anyone ever have a perfect solution? No, we're not looking for perfect solution. What we're looking for is what? The best solution. So you need to show the limitations of the different perspectives. That you understand that even though you largely agree with this person's perspective or these three people's perspectives on should the United States government give tax breaks to EVs for people who buy EVs, you still have to show that I understand that their argument's not perfect, and here's why where researchers will question them or have a problem with this. All right? So, objections, implications, limitations. To get high bar, elaborates on the connections among different perspectives. Elaborates means you are weighing in, and you're saying this is why this is the ultimate correct viewpoint that the person who's reading your paper should take. Uses the details from different sources or perspectives to demonstrate specific agreement or disagreement. Now, I would suggest in a paper, do both. Show perspectives that agree, show perspectives that disagree, all right? But then again, evaluates comparative strengths and weaknesses of different perspectives. Why are these perspectives the right ones? Where are they strongest? Where are even the strongest ones weak? And vice versa. Again, this is a 9-point box. This is an important box. Make sure you're having conversations of different viewpoints. Make sure those different viewpoints are showing agreement or disagreement. All right? And then weigh in on why you think one of those perspectives is the best one.